In this video I do an airport to airport flight. I flew from Hayward Executive Airport, which is my home base, to Livermore Executive Airport, about 20 miles over the mountain range. I actually forgot to hit record when I left Hayward, so I only got the tail end of this flight. And the audio was not working, so I'm gonna dub over it. So, the last traffic pattern I did was a left-hand traffic pattern, and we do a simulated engine failure with a 180-degree auto rotation. So I'm taking off here, and I'm about to make a left crosswind turn, and then a left downwind turn. And we're about to roll off the throttle and enter the auto rotation. Roll off throttle, lower the collective, right pedal aft cyclic. I'm now in an auto rotation. The helicopter is sailing to the ground. The only thing driving the rotor blades is the wind passing up through the rotor system. Making sure not to over-rotate the blades with my collective. As I make the turn, the gravity, the G-forces actually load the rotor system and can cause the rotors to overspin. So I'm coming to my safe flat landing zone. I'm pulling aft cyclic, starting my slight flare. As I get to the top of my flare, I'm rolling the throttle back on, left pedal, pulling collective to remain in a hover, and that's that. I was really happy with that auto rotation. I haven't done that many, but I was very pleased. So the whole point of this flight today was to teach me how to fly in different airspaces. And the goal was to fly from what I marked here on the map. On the left-hand side, the red circle with the X, that's Hayward Executive, and then on the right circle with the X, that's the Livermore Executive. So that's where I flew between today. And so now I'm flying back to Hayward, and you can see that it can be quite complicated in a busy airspace with the San Jose, the Oakland airspace, as well as the San Francisco airspaces. There are rules that I have to know and have to abide by the airspace regulations that are set forth. And then this is a simpler version of that. It makes it a bit easier to see. So you can see I'm flowing from Livermore, the blue circle, over to Hayward, the other blue circle, staying clear of the Class Charlie airspace from Oakland. So now we're just flying back over the mountains to Hayward Executive Airport. I really love this part of the flight. These mountains are really beautiful. The camera really doesn't do it justice. But now we're coming back into Hayward County, getting closer and closer to the San Francisco Bay. And I have to shoot this gap. I was approved for a entry into the right base turn. And so I have to avoid the mobile homes there on the left and the runway on the right. I can't fly over that. So I just come in and squeeze in the pizza pie here, and I'm aiming for the hangar that's in the top right of the screen. So I'm going to do a mildly steepish approach here. But today's flight was really good experience for me. It was the first time I had gone from one airport to another airport, learning how to change the various stations on the radios and the intercoms, listening to the different weather patterns just 20 miles away from ATIS on the radio, as well as talking to two different air traffic controls and doing a frequency change. It was a very good experience for me. It was a great day to learn that. And when we got back, it was a little bit windy. We had wind gusts. I think the wind was 280 at 12, so I think at 280 degrees at 12 knots. So basically coming out of the west there, and that's why you see me kind of spin there a little bit. I lost some tail rotor effectiveness, which made this parking job a lot more stressful. I had to shoot the gap here and then park on the other side of the plane that's to the right. And so I really wanted to make sure that I went slow and took my time and didn't get too close to either one of these aircraft. I feel really confident when I'm doing small taxis and crawls and things like that when there's very, very minimal wind, like most people I imagine. But when it gets windy, I tend to get a little nervous, and I'm still learning how to fly with a considerable amount of wind. But I do enjoy the challenge. I like being challenged to do that because you can't be a fair weather pilot, that's for sure. So as I'm coming up right here, I try to split the difference between the hangar and the airplane that's to my right. I try to creep up and set her down nice and gentle. Well, this was a really great flight for me. I learned a lot and really enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed watching it, and I'll see you guys next time.